Your resident coach, performance coach, and life coach and clarity coach on the internet. We're going to get started right after this. All right, folks, welcome back to another daily affirmation session from me, Dr. Flo. I am an empowerment clarity coach and performance coach based out of the East Coast of the United States. I help people feel encouraged, equipped, and empowered along their journeys in life professionally. It is a gift of my life to be a cheerleader and coach to those who believe more for themselves than what they have. Some people in life only see what they see, and I am blessed to not only see what I can see, but I see beyond what I see. Not only can I see what I see in truth, but I also can see in the spirit. And it's important in your life to be walking with the Spirit, because tons of people, like I said in the pre-show over with Bigo, tons of people will try to tell you who you are and what you need to be doing. Kind of father knows best, mother knows best kind of energy. But when you are grounded in the power of who you are, you can just move forward lightly. You can move forward in a light way. You don't have to be overwhelmed by life because you're right in your flow. That's why I am, and you can find me at Andre in the Flow on the internet, because that's where hey Sean, that's where I sit, right in my flow. No one else's flow, no one else's vibration, right where I am. The reason why we do daily affirmations is to reprogram our subconscious mind into finding the good in life that's for us. If I say I am strong the first time and it agrees with you, hey Quincy, then allow it to drop down into your heart. I am strong. You're programming yourself so that in the moments of weakness in your life, when you're feeling like you just can't make it through. Hi, Quincy. When you feel like you just can't make it through, you can call on these affirmations or to come to your rescue. We're going to do 2 sets of affirmations to start tonight, and then I'd like to talk to you about where we are in the flow of our network. Of course, the top of the week for us is all about grounding and setting protections and your intentions. What is your intention for this week? On Friday and Saturday, where do you want your life to land? You want it to land in chaos, or do you want it to land in peace? Do you want it to land in love, or do you want it to land in lack? Remember, we're programming our lives every moment for the good that we want to see. Intentional. Some people live their lives in a free float. Whatever comes towards them in life is how they live. I want everyone to know that you can actually pre-program your day. You can say, I am having a great day. And because you speak it, it is so. This vibration's not for everybody. This energy's not for everybody. It's one of my clients hitting me up right now. Let me silence everything. So we're pre-programming our life towards the good that we want to see. And if you're not seeing good in your life, it's because you're not intending it. And of course, this is not to be cavalier or to say that, you don't have bad things happening to you or people out to get you or what have you, but how you look at things changes the way things look. The way you look at things changes those things. So we affirm for that reason. We affirm so that in our moments of weakness, we're reminded that we're strong. So take a deep breath. I missed this morning's session and I apologize. I was out on a wild goose chase of an adventure with friends and family. But now I'm back in the saddle, affirming what is good, perfect, whole, and complete about you and about me. I am grateful to live in a time of infinite possibility. I am grateful to live in a time of every need supplied. I am grateful to live in a time of agency. I am grateful to live in a time of technology. I am grateful to live in a time of connection. I am never alone. I am never alone. I am never alone. And sometimes that's the good news and sometimes the bad news. Usually I want to be left alone. Like, how does that work with you actually being a live streamer and a metaverse pastor? Well, I have times when I'm on. My partner likes to refer to it as a cuckoo clock. I'm a cuckoo clock kind of energy. I'm also a cuckoo kind of individual. But I'm a cuckoo kind of energy in that I like to pop out, meet and greet and share love and encouragement with the people, and then right back into the hole I go. Not hiding from anyone, not protecting myself from anyone, just connecting and then disconnecting. A lot of people don't talk about that, the way it's important that we connect with life and then also we disconnect from life. The way we connect with people and the way we also disconnect from people. My therapist calls it off on. Times when you're on and times when you're off. Both are equally valid and equally important to the living of a full life. Some people are always on. Some people are doing the most all the time. But like one of my trolls yesterday on Instagram said, maybe it's time to shut up and reflect. And so I don't know who that message is for, but if you feel that your mind is doing the monkey mind thing, or you feel like you got a lot going on, or you feel internally like you're doing the most, or people are doing the most around you, it may be a time to be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am one with the power that created me. I am a co-conspirator to my own magic. So just to briefly go back into where we're focusing our energy this week, the top of the week is all about grounding and setting your intentions and your protections over your life. What kind of life do you intend to have? What, like we talked about yesterday, what kind of divine bride are you sitting in? Are you in an energy where everyone is asking you for their needs to be met, but you're not meeting your own needs kind of vibration and frequency? Or are you dwelling in one intentionally of freedom? I am that I say that I am kind of vibes. I am as God created me kind of vibes. And like I told you all yesterday and earlier in the week, this isn't necessarily a vibration that will get you all of the followers. It's not necessarily a vibration that will get you a lot of people sitting with you at the high school lunch table of life. For those of you who remember that horrible experience. Anybody here remember high school? How we had to divide ourselves into multiple pieces and hang out with certain tribes, and you had the bullies and the people who made fun, but then you had the geeks and the music people. All of you, when you are in a vibration of positive goodness, don't expect a lot of friends and family to actually vibe with you, because you are finding true north when they are dealing in gossip and nonsense. Doesn't make me better than anyone. I just don't want to be in that vibration. Remember yesterday we talked on the live about if it bleeds, it leads. We live in a society where the news and Twitter and social media spaces are all primed towards negativity, because negativity, if I said that I was going to tell you all a story about, how a lover did me wrong, the room would be full of people. But because I'm focused on glory, the goodness and mercy following me all the days of my life, that's how we get here. So just having a few people. There's 65 people over on Bigo, and thank you, I'll call you A, for the follow. But like one of my wonderful gurus says, don't follow me because I may not lead. And don't lead me because I may not follow. Just walk with me through life hand in hand as a friend. So I thank you for the follow, but my work is not about follows. My work is about you finding what your true north is, and not doing it for booty claps, but for the feeling of peace and freedom that you feel inside. Most people don't feel peace and freedom inside. This is something that I teach and try to convey through the example of my life. I ain't stressing today. And even though you can be taken miles and miles away and put in a chaotic environment and situation, there's no need to fear. There's no need to stress, because all of life is leading you towards your wholeness. Florence Scovel Shinn said, all of life is a movement towards your wholeness. Every setback, every disappointment, everything that did not go your way, every miscommunication, every failed attempt is a movement towards your wholeness, a movement towards your highest good. But Dr. Flo, I don't have any money in the bank. A movement towards your wholeness. But Dr. Flo, my body doesn't work the way I want it to all the time. A movement towards your wholeness. But Dr. Flo, they're getting on my nerves. A movement towards your wholeness. If you can accept all of life as a movement towards your completion, your wholeness, you getting an A+ in the curriculum of your life, you'll be okay. Now, if you war with people and push against it, now look, I have conversations in my community about people all the time who are getting on my damn nerves. So I'm not trying to sit here and pretend like I don't have those conversations or I don't feel the energies. If you met me ever in life, you can tell that I'm not a pick-me bitch, and I'm not a person trying to win Miss Congeniality. I don't care about personality contests and superlatives. I'm not trying to be in your yearbook. Using the high school analogy, I'm not trying to be in your yearbook as most popular. I don't care about these things. And so yes, people do always bring in vibrations and energies and decision-making processes that I don't agree with. But if I settle into myself and come to myself and recognize we're grounding at the top of the week right now, Sundays through Tuesdays are grounding days in our network. If I ground my energy, if I set my protections and intentions and recognize that all of life is a movement towards my wholeness, then I can kind of let shit go. Is anybody picking up what I'm putting down today? If all of life is a movement towards my wholeness, I don't need to sweat the small stuff. I can be still and know that I am one with the power that sent me. And that the universe, some call it love, some call it God, some call it Buddha, some call it Allah, all of these forces will remove the obstacles from my life so that I can find my highest good, not your highest good, my highest good. And if you are, and Spirit, help these people. If you are an obstacle to God's goodness for me, you'll be cut down. Not some of the time, every time. Every time someone tries to block your blessings or stand in the way of God's highest for you, they fall. And that's not a positive affirmation of mine. That's just the way it works. When you're truly called to a life of power and promise and purpose, nothing can stand in your way. Hashtag love wins. And if love wins at the end of the story, that means that the love that I have in my heart to see people encouraged, equipped, and empowered is going to win. The love that I have in my heart that tells me that I'm going to do and live my life according to my terms and what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's what's going to win every time. Of this you can be sure. If you are a person of power and purpose, all of your enemies will scatter. They can't even be in the room with you. Don't you know this? It's not that your enemies can't stand you, they're going to harm you. When you're truly vibrating at a high level of love, they can't stay around you long. The conversation fizzles real quick. I'm a witness to this. People try to start it with me all the time. And then all of a sudden we have nothing to talk about because I'm on a high-flying disc of vibration. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This doesn't have anything to do with my dream. How does this work if I'm out of state? Living in my purpose. Yeah. How does this plan work if I'm out of state fully in my purpose? Then we don't have anything to talk about. If you're focused on your plan and your purpose and your dream, and that's all that's filling your countenance and your life and the things you say, people won't have anything, the negative won't have anything to engage with in the presence of your positive. That's why I keep trying to coach my students, coach my partner, and coach myself to keep it positive. To keep your mind singularly focused on the love you want to produce in the world. If you can get yourself laser focused, yesterday he and I were talking about, if you take the light of this light bulb that's on the table here and you focus it, it becomes a laser beam that can cut through steel. Now the light on the table ain't cutting me. It's shining on my countenance. But if you focus the same amount of light that's on the table into a thin beam, it would cut through steel. How focused are you in your love today? How focused are you in your dream? How focused are you in your divine purpose today? I can't answer that for you. I drink my water and mind my business. Are you really doing everything in your power? Today, I was very clearly met with the energy of, oh, absolutely not. I will be walking in my flow. Sure, these provisions and all of this is nice and good and well, but where we're going is not where I want to go, so I am going to go elsewhere. It's a choice. And I hope you feel empowered by this. I know that I have a lecturing, preachy kind of energy, but I want those who need direct, clear communication to get it. This walk in life for me is not a flowery thing like the flowers on my head or whatever those are up there. Life is not flowery for me. I'm a black man in America. So I have to often, because other people will make these decisions for me, I have to take back control of my anointing. I have to take back control of my love power. I often have to speak up for myself. People will automatically think that my intentions are sinister. Y'all been in here earlier this week and people called me a false prophet. How am I going to be a false prophet when I don't care what you do with your life? Prophets, as I interpret them, used to go into places and villages trying to tell the people what to do. I predict, blessed art thou if you do this and that. I don't care what you do. I'm living my life as a coach, as a shining example of what's working for me. What's working for me is singularly focusing despite distractions. Food scarcity, toilet paper still needed. All these real things are still going on, which could be distractions, but yet every movement of life is pointing me towards my wholeness. It's important to recognize. It's important to validate within yourself. You know what? I'm called to hire. No, they cannot hire me at some entry-level job. No, they cannot hire me to stand around in buildings when my purpose is higher. No, I cannot go and wipe shit out of asses of people when I'm supposed to be singing. There are people who are called to be home health aides, who are supporting other lovely humans. Let them do that because that's their passion. Let me, O Lord, sing and serve the people. And I remember when I first met my partner, Poppy Water, we were talking on the phone one day. He was involved in all kinds of chaos in one of his previous positions, and I asked him very clearly in tears, if we are in here going back and forth, who is feeding the people? Now, we can talk about the scandals of the Kardashians. We can talk about, the Chloe versus Halle, who's better kind of. People love to dwell in a vibration of whether Chloe or Halle is better. Most of y'all don't even know who they are. I just figured out who they were a couple months ago through the extension of meeting my partner. I didn't even know these ladies existed. One of them is a singing fish. We can talk about those things, or we can focus our energy on our dreams, living in our purpose. It's important that you live in your purpose. Wake up wherever you are. None of us are living forever. Raise your hand if you're living forever. Thank you for the follow. Don't follow me, follow love. Thank you for the follow, and don't follow me, follow love. So the top of the week, we're grounding. We're grounding and setting our protections. What I will say is this while we're here. Most of the protections that I found that I need and my clients need are not protections from other people. People don't really have the powers you think they have. Most of the sacred protection that I need is for myself and from myself. The stinking thinking, the thoughts of self-doubt, suicide, depression, ideation. Although, I thought about this one. I was like, I haven't thought about killing myself in a really, really long time. That must mean that life is improving. I'm finding things to live for. I'm truly stepping into my purpose. Because let me tell you something. And a trigger warning for people who deal in suicide. 800,000 people kill themselves every year in our country. That means that 2,191 people will unalive themselves by the time the sun sets here on the East Coast. This is a serious matter. 800,000 is not a small number, folks. But most, I would say 9 out of the 10 times in the last 3 decades, off and on, that I wanted to kill myself, it was because I was living someone else's dream for my life and not my own. I'll give you some examples. Trying to be straight when I know I'm queer. Trying to work in home health when I'm a singer. Trying to be a hoe when I am a single partner kind of girl. Is that clear enough? Every time I've tried to push myself into someone else's lane or live a life that was inauthentic to who I am, this is how we end up in these problems. Living someone else's dream. Living what someone else. Well, Dr. Flo, I would come to your lives and everything, but you talk a lot, and I can't stay there. Watch it later, baby. I shouldn't pick up a self-doubt about who I am. Oh, this is one I use every day because it comes up a lot. Your beard. You would look so great, Dr. Flo, if you just tamed your beard. Sure. But I'm no longer going to get depressed or suicidal about what other people think about me. To put it plainly, the too long don't read is what other people think about you is none of your business. Another thing my recent trolls are, well, you only have one person watching you. You have zero people watching you. Well, the work of Byron Katie makes me ask a clarifying question out the gate. Is that true that I only have one person watching me? No, I have one person watching me right now. My analytics say that the other lurkers will come later and watch. Walk by faith, folks, not by sight. Walk by faith, folks, not by sight. Walk by faith, not by sight. Just because your detractors come in and say there's nobody watching, or I've got friends and family members who don't stop by my lives because they're afraid that I'm going to be talking about them and a hit dog will holler. Sure, don't come. I know you're watching it later. I hope that you too walk by faith and not by sight. Because when I close my eyes on my life, maybe tonight, maybe 20 years from now, maybe 30 years from now, sometime in my life, I will close my eyes on this life that y'all call Andre. When that happens, what kinds of receipts will I have left behind? That's what I love about Quincy, who's in and out of my lives all the time. Quincy shows up for a story time and produces lives. Quincy's on the Clubhouse stages talking to people. Quincy recognizes that his life matters right now. Thank you for being here, Quincy. You're one of the faithful few who's able to sit in the presence of excellence. Before we go into the rest of my chat tonight, I'm going to talk about how people have a hard time being around excellence. When you ask clarifying questions, you're welcome, buddy. When you ask clarifying questions, when you bring your laptop and your notebook and your pen and paper, it makes people sit up higher in their chairs. They pay more attention when they know that they've been in the presence of excellence. I've never seen people squirm more in their lives than in the presence of excellence. Hi, I'm Dr. Flo. I'm a performance and clarity coach based on the East Coast. I offer services for you, done for you, and services that I can coach you through. Whole room goes, ooh. Very nice. Yes, very nice indeed. Your loving energy and your purposeful energy will shake the table. I want to challenge you tonight to write "I am enough" on every mirror in your house. This is one of the hardest things to get my coaching clients to do, because when you write "I am enough" on every mirror in your house, it communicates to your whole community that you feel differently about yourself than perhaps they do. Now, I don't have it written on every mirror in my house because I have it written on my heart. I affirm it every day in here with y'all. But if you really want to challenge yourself, I did it in my last apartment in New York City. I am enough on the mirrors. People have to walk in the bathroom, even when they're visiting, and see "I am enough" on the mirror. How would your life change if you really affirm to yourself? Another one, if you don't want to write on the mirrors in your house, set an alarm in the morning in your phone. "I am enough," number 1. Then in the evening, set another alarm on your phone. "I am enough," number 2. If you're really struggling, put a third one in the middle. And every time the alarm goes off, ask yourself if you're moving from a place of feeling "I am enough" or not. Your life will dramatically and radically change. It will. Moving up through the chakra system, today is Tuesday, so we're focusing on our solar plexus. Thank you, Poppy Water, for these wonderful notes. In our network, we recognize the solar plexus as a space where we derive our confidence. Some people can't even confidently sit by me, once again, at the lunch table in life because excellence is intimidating. You can only be as smart and as brilliant as the company you keep. So every time people run away from me, having the resume I have, or don't want to talk to me about the things that are important to me or that make me come alive, I'm like, yo, we are not the same vibe. You don't want to dwell in confidence, you want to dwell in gossip. There's a difference. Our solar plexus also points us to a perceived control and energetic wellness in life. It allows us to come home to ourselves through the affirmation of "I do." I do see myself as a world-class performer. I do reach out and connect with new people for my goals and dreams. I do show up for my live streams like Quincy and Poppy Wata and countless others. I'm not a unicorn. I do. That is also one thing, now that I'm thinking about it, that makes people really, really weird around presence and energies like y'all and myself. It's that we do. We're not talking about doing a live stream one day. We're actually live streaming. We're not talking about quitting all of our jobs and stepping into full-time ministry. We're doing it. I do full-time music ministry. I do full-time live stream ministry. I do it. Following Poppy Water's 365 Days of Kwanzaa, we talk about Ujima today, which talks about collective work and responsibility. What are you contributing to the collective? What would you have us know today that's of value to the whole? I want them to know that I could make more money doing what I do than playing reindeer games. My collective work comes from my singing and my service towards the whole. It's important to be able to speak out loud what you bring. Me holding space peacefully in chaos is very valuable. If you are a person out there who is an excellent listener, if you're able to hold space in chaos when everyone's talking about beating up on people or blocking and defending themselves from people, if you could just sit there and hold your seat as a point of peace, connected to the groundedness that we talked about at the start of this live, you'll be okay. You are highly valuable. Blessed are the peacemakers. It didn't say blessed are the chaotic. Blessed are the agitated or the agitators. Come and make a cameo. Say hi to the people.
Red wig. Hello, beautiful, beautiful people. Got a clan point on my hat. Ciao. Also, I want to talk to you about the new clan, but we'll discuss that. That's a whole nother topic. But hello, beautiful people. But all in all, especially with today being Ujima or Ujima.
Ujima.
Say it both ways. I've heard collective work and understanding, which means there has to be open communication of everybody's wants to then work as a collective to get them all fed. If you're not aiding your collective, whether that be your community that you live in, physically or virtually, or the one that you work with or deal with, family, platonic, all included, if you're not moving forward every day to help at least one person in your network move their shit forward, what are you doing? If you are moving more people backwards or keeping more people stuck than you are moving forward in your network, what are you doing? If your community is keeping you stuck or moving you more backwards than they are moving you forward, what are they doing? Is that your community? We need to be asking ourselves questions like this, because it hurts and it sucks to realize that maybe someone isn't serving you to the best of their ability and they're choosing not to. And you need to know that so that you can feel that need. You can fill that gap yourself and serve yourself like you need to be served, because at the end of the day, you need to be poured into regardless of who's doing it. It needs to happen. So you need to know, okay, is this person I'm spending all my time with, are they doing that? No, then maybe I should spend my time with someone who is doing that. Or through collective understanding, get them an understanding on how to do that for me. And then it's up to them whether they say yes or no. And then we move forward. Tell people your needs. All they can say is yes or no. Them trying to drag it out and make you feel guilty for wanting what you want or ignoring what you want. Quincy knows. Ignoring what you want and then want to have epiphanies when it's convenient for them to try to keep you close. Now they have an epiphany and want to remember what you wanted in the first place. Oh no, let's get what you wanted now. No, I don't want to keep having conversations about what I want to keep me here. I want to get what I want to keep me here. That's the T. Talking about it is not the same thing as having it. That's why, that's like comparing someone who talked about them used to be dating your man versus somebody who's fucking your man right now. One is to be worried about and one is not of your concern. I don't care if you used to deal with him or you talking about the times that y'all had or the times that you want to have with him. You're not having any times with him. So the same way that goes to the wayside, the talking about your dreams and not getting them needs to go to the wayside. Yes, we need to dream and collectively work and dream up our shit together. But if that's all we're doing, faith without work is dead. And vice versa. I'm tired of having I don't want to say tired because I'm not going to project the energy of exhaustion onto myself. I am finished with having dead conversations. And you need to say to yourself, I am finished with having dead conversations. Right now I'm conversing with someone who we need to talk station. I'm conversing with Gerard about planning an actual meeting to talk about the work and pour into the people in an actual way. I don't just want to gossip about the people who nowhere in our conversation are we talking about the people who are not promoting black business. We are talking about how we are about to promote black business. There's a difference. I don't have time to gossip about Susie and whether or not her husband is cheating on her. Because if you come to me with that, I'm going to ask you, well, how did you help pick Susie up off the floor and support her and let her know that she's loved and lovable and that she don't deserve that and that life goes on for her and the husband? Not just gossip with her. Sorry, I'm gonna call somebody out. The same energy of, I heard about your business about to go down and I thought about going in my purse to keep you afloat. But I never received no money. So then y'all were just gossiping then. I don't want to talk about, it's like in my family, we have this thing. So like my uncle, I noticed this narrative they trying to paint of him as if he wants to be jumping house to house living with people. He's expressed to me explicitly the opposite. And he's trying to and is doing well working his way out of having to live with people. But if everyone around him's narrative is he just want to live with people forever, but no one's asking why he can't get over the hump each time. He keeps making it up to, he gets a job, he's building up the money, and then something happens. No one's asking why he can't get over the hump. And that could simply be, no one in this community is supporting me. And I'm so exhausted that when I finally get to the top, I fall my ass back down the hill in the opposite direction. And I have to start over. No one's talking about that. Everybody just want to talk about, look at him not being able to get over this hill. Well, have y'all thought about helping him? Have you thought about asking him why or what's wrong or what his barriers are? Has anyone ever said clearly and effectively, how can I support you? If not, then don't talk shit about him. Or anybody for that matter who's having a rough time of difficulty because you don't know what they're going through. So if you're not offering assistance, don't bring it up. It's like people who, and it pisses me off, people who say, I saw you walking. Well, you didn't honk, speak, or offer me a ride. So I don't know why you're telling me. I don't know why you're telling me you saw me walking. Especially when it was raining. You didn't pick me up. So don't even mention that you saw me. Just keep that to yourself. Because that's what I would have done. If I know I'm not picking your ass up, I'm not going to tell you I seen you walking. It's the purpose. It's a put down. It's a feeling better for yourself if I was in a car while you were walking. That's what it is. People don't want to talk about that. How they enjoy bringing up the fact that you're perceived as having less to give them calmness in their situation. When they don't realize that gossiping is stealing their peace and their security in their situation, because you could have been making a bag, but you gossiping about how you think I don't have it. It's wasteful.
Quincy says, y'all better tell him. Y'all better tell him.
It's just the tea. Like I don't want to deal in that anymore. I never want to deal in the first place. I always get uncomfortable when the whole room starts talking about Sarah while she's not in there. When clearly Sarah just needs a hug and a fucking friend. But y'all want to talk about how, ooh, ooh, she's dirty, she da-da-da. Offer her some soap. Maybe her water's cut off at home. Did you ask?
How can I be of service?
Right.
How can I be of service? When you are outside of your solar plexus energy and it's imbalanced, you will be very pessimistic about life and other people. You'll be insecure about yourself and your material needs. Thank you, Poppy Water. When you're aligned, you can show up as Poppy Water and be confident, optimistic about the future. You can dwell on your wholeness and be accepting and calm. The deeper I go into the integration of my heart and the completion energy of my heart, the more calm I feel. I'm no longer pretending to be calm. I am calm. I do the things that bring calm into my life. All right, we're going to distribute this one also on the podcast. I've made that executive decision. We'll start turning our daily affirmation sessions into podcasts because they're not just affirmations, they're turning into upliftment sessions and encouragement sessions for the people. And like I told you earlier, I cried to Poppy Water about this when we first met. I said, who is feeding the people? Who is keeping the 800,000 from killing themselves? Who is telling the young lady who smells, maybe you should change the soap so that your pH balance is more on? You won't have those issues if I help you. Finding a comfortable seat. We now affirm today in this moment. Like I said, we'll be back in the morning around 10 a.m. Eastern to charge our day with emotions. Spirit has spoken very clearly, and I must stay committed. Spirit has spoken clearly that I need to be speaking affirmations and words of encouragement in my way. Listen, if you want Tabitha Brown to, hey baby, go find Tabitha Brown. If you want Dr. Flo to light you up and tell you if you're not on your assignment, you're off your assignment. If you want Dr. Flo to tell you there's two kinds of people in the world, people who don't know what to do and they need help finding what to do, and there's other people who know exactly what they're supposed to be doing in their purpose and they're simply not doing it. You have to answer for that. While you know what your life's mission is and you're entertaining other things. Now, if you don't know what your passion is, then we can get together in some sessions and talk about what your passion and purpose is and try to point you there using an Ikigai exercise. You can get that for free online. Ikigai, purpose and meaning of life, a Japanese philosophy. We can talk about that in a session together. But most people know exactly, like Quincy knows his ass is gifted in puppetry. So if you know you're gifted in puppetry and you're not doing puppetry, that's why you're depressed. That's why you're anxious. That's why you're sad and afraid and lonely, because you're not at one with your power. Now, Quincy could go out here and become a pizza man, and that'd be fine and dandy for Quincy to go and toss pizzas. But Quincy's not gifted, not that I know, in pizza. Quincy's not gifted, not that I know, in pepperoni. Quincy's gifted in storytelling and puppetry. So it's important that you stay steadfast in your gift, that you either don't know what you're doing and you figure it out with help. Hashtag I am allowed to ask for help. Hashtag I am allowed to ask for help. Hashtag I am allowed to ask for help. Or you figure out what you're supposed to be doing and then you do the work of getting about your mission. But there's only two tribes for Dr. Flo. Either you don't know and we can help you with that, or you do know and we can help you do it. Ain't no in between. So today we affirm that I honor my truth. Remember, the first time I said it's for your head. If you do resonate with it and it moves into your heart, feel free to type it on the screen or just say it to yourself. This is not about me. I used to think my singing and my voice and my life was about me. I'm now realizing that because I'm here for less than 150 years, it ain't really about me. In 1,000 years, people won't know I exist unless they go to Google me. But I don't assume that people are going to Google me. I work with clients all the time. They're like, I want to be a household name all over the world. I'm like, are you going to do the work to be a household name all over the world? Or is it more important that you just honor your community and do great work here until you die? I honor my truth. I honor my truth. I have everything that I need. I have everything that I need. I am enough. I am enough. I am grateful. I am grateful. One of the things I'm grateful for is having a partner that finally understands my ministry life. I spent so many years of my life with partners who I had to hide my spirituality from. I'm so grateful to be in a relationship with a woo-woo motherfucker like Poppy Watson, 33. So when he goes and does his magic in the world, it's not weird or odd for me. When I do my calling in ministry in life, it's not weird for him. He jumped right in today, spoke a word of love and empowerment over the people, and then scooted and booted off. I'm so grateful. I choose to go with the flow. I choose to go with the flow. I am confident. I am confident. I am present. I am present. I am supported. I am supported. I am worthy. I am worthy. Oh. I let go of what does not serve me. This is big, 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 big. I think I stop here every day. Hope you're not annoyed. I let go of what does not serve me. Quincy can tell you this. Poppy Water can tell you this. My best friends can tell you this. I rarely have people around me who don't serve me in some way. I can tell that Quincy wants to build community and build bridges and connection, so that's the only reason why I allow Quincy around me. They're like, wait, the internet's open though. Instagram is open. Instagram is free. Anybody can come and go. Yeah, but people don't really stay around because I energetically let go of people that don't serve me. There are people that Quincy and I both know who are no longer around. I let go of what does not serve me. If we're not serving each other in some way, what's the point? Well, Dr. Flo, that sounds like if you can't use people or people aren't around for your service or your services, then they don't belong. They belong to somebody. Just not in my flow. I only want to be steeped in energies and people that serve the heart of me. And I let go of what does not serve me. I am strong. I am strong. I am patient. I am patient. I trust the process. I trust the process. I love myself. I love myself. I am doing my best. I am doing my best. I respect my journey. I respect my journey. I choose to find happiness. I choose to find happiness. I am rich. I am rich. I am abundant. I am abundant. When I look around my life and I look at all the things, the lights and the smartphones and the computers and the stove and the refrigerator and the tub and all of these different things, I recognize that I am so blessed and abundant. Not to be more special than anyone or to be better than anyone, but for what I have, thank you, God. For my life, thank you, God. For my breath, thank you, God. For the activity of my limbs, thank you, God. For the blood in my veins, thank you, God. For the feeling and sensation in my fingertips, thank you, God. We're almost there, folks. I've added in the anti-capitalist affirmations because it's important, because a lot of us are suffering about the money we have or don't have. It's important to recognize that a lot of our issues are fueled by capitalism. I am allowed to spend my time creating things even if they are not beautiful. I'm allowed to spend my time creating things even if they're not beautiful. There's no such thing as a real job. All forms of work are real and valid. There's no such thing, folks, as a real job. All forms of work are real and valid. There's nothing that I need to accomplish to be worthy. I am already worthy. There is nothing that I need to accomplish to be worthy. I am already worthy. This is especially for you academic crowds who, if you don't have the associates, then you're not good enough. If you don't have the bachelor's, you're not good enough. If you didn't join the right Greek fraternity or sorority and organization, you're not good enough. You didn't get your master's, you're not good enough. You didn't get your PhD, you're not good enough. I just called myself Dr. Flo one day because someone in my community said, "Right on, Dr. Flo." And I just said, "Oh yeah, I'm Dr. Flo." I don't need to accomplish anything to be worthy of people calling me Dr. Flo. You'll call me Dr. Flo because I tell you to. And if you don't call me Dr. Flo, I won't be answering, so we don't have a conversation. If you want to talk to me, you're going to call me Dr. Flo. And I don't need to accomplish a PhD, honorary or otherwise, to be worthy of being called Dr. Flo. Y'all call Dr. Dre Dr. Dre. Where'd he go to school? Right? Y'all call Dr. Dre Dr. Dre. Where did he go to school? Right? So there's nothing that I need to accomplish to be worthy. I'm already worthy. People will try to create these little tick boxes for you and these little hoops for you to jump through so you can be worthy. You're already worthy. You're born worthy. Babies don't have these problems. They play in their feces. They're lovable inside and outside. Doing nothing is good for my soul. That's why you will occasionally see me just stop talking in my live streams. Doing nothing is good for my soul. I'm not defined by what I produce. I'm not defined by what I produce. This is for all of you who are watching my live streams. I know that Quincy is a live streamer all unto himself. But for those of you who are afraid of live streaming because you're afraid that no one's going to show up, or that one person will show up, or 67 people or on Bigo will show up, It doesn't matter. I'm not defined by what I produce. I am. My worth cannot be measured by my paycheck, my job title, or a list of professional or academic achievements. We just talked about that. My work cannot be measured by my paycheck. My worth cannot be measured by my paycheck, my job title, or a list of professional and academic achievements. I do not need to monetize my hobbies. It is enough to spend time doing something I love. Once again, I do not need to monetize my hobbies. It is enough to spend time doing something I love. What do y'all love doing? What do you love doing? Now, I'm blessed that my hobbies are broadcast journalism, singing, and coaching. I love it. Some would say, you should get a hobby. No, I love my life. I love hobbies. I should actually start thinking though about like what's a personal hobby of mine. I can't say that I'm a person with many hobbies. I do love to ski. Yeah, I'm not gonna crack my brain about that today. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I'm just pure passion about what I love. I just love what I love. I wake up in the morning thinking about singing and serving people. I go to bed at night thinking about singing and serving people. A hobby for me personally, and you can live your own truth, a hobby for me would just be a distraction from what I really, really love doing and what makes me feel the most full inside. So yeah, I guess I don't have any hobbies. Matter of fact, I'm sitting here, I'm like, if someone asks me like, Dre, what are your hobbies? I'm not sure I do that. But that's not to say that you can't have hobbies. If you got 12 hobbies, yay. And you don't need to monetize them. Just because you love making sweaters, crocheting sweaters, doesn't mean you need to sell them and become, a sweater store. I'm grateful and blessed that my hobbies align with what I do vocationally. I will not let society decide what success looks like. I can define what successful life looks like for me. I will not let society, this includes your family, your friends, your lovers, your bosses, your employees, I will not let the TV, Twitter, the news, I will not let society decide what success looks like. I can define what successful life looks like for me. Once again, just to land this plane today, and thank you for being here. If you don't make a claim, if you don't stake a claim on what's important to you and what you want to do with your life, other people will make that decision for you. I've lived this for many decades. The moment that I say, I don't know what I want to eat, they'll say, well, we're having the pizza. Well, I don't know what I want to eat. We're having the pasta. So make sure that you're clear in your life about what you want to do, be, and have. As long as it's loving, do, be, and have all of those things. Okay? I'm going to start putting tickets on the internet. In fact, I need to release Poppy Waters tickets tonight. We're going to start Waiting to Exhale as a ticketed event for free or donation. If you are interested in RSVPing formally outside, maybe you don't know what a Clubhouse is, maybe you don't know what a Telegram is, maybe you don't care about those things, but you're willing to get a free ticket to our live events online and in person, those tickets for Poppy Waters Waiting to Exhale will go up on sale tonight. Additionally, I'm going to start planting in our affirmation time. So if you want to RSVP for any of the events in our network, those will be available tonight. Just pay attention to all of the link in bios and all of our social media. If you follow me anywhere on social media, I'm a very present person on social media, so you'll be able to get access to the ticket counter and also the tickets for those live events tonight. I do know that Poppy Waters' next event is at 6:30 Eastern on Friday. Friday the 26th. He's going to be doing Waiting to Exhale over on Clubhouse. So make sure you get your tickets to that. And also, if you'd like to come to my daily affirmation sessions, or maybe you want to start coming to some of my co-working events. A lot of us are entrepreneurs on our own. A lot of us are also on our lunch breaks and we need encouragement throughout the day, so you'll be able to come to those ticketed events. The reason why I'm moving to ticketed events is because I don't want to be expecting people if they're not going to come, and also it allows me to just plan my day ahead. If I know that people are going to be coming to the daily affirmations at 10, I'll be there at 10. If nobody RSVPs or gets a ticket to come to the event, then I can always do my event at 12 noon because I do what I want when I want. So the ticketing will allow for people to be able to pop in and let us know of their intentions. Remember, we don't know each other's intentions unless we know each other's intentions. I'm in an environment right now where sometimes you don't know people's intentions until it's revealed at the last minute. I'd rather know in advance. So be on the lookout for the tickets to those events. Does anybody have anything else to share or say tonight before we go back into the metaverse? It could be a TikTok, it could be an email, it could be my admin work that I need to do in our family time tonight. Are there any other comments? I want you to know tonight that you are loved and lovable. I want to thank you for being here, Quincy. I want to thank you, Poppy Watcher, for coming on to the live stream for a little bit. I want to thank you, viewers, for tuning in all over the world on Bigo. I want to offer gratitude to you for being here. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in love's name, love always shows up. And sometimes the 2 that's gathered is just you with you. But when we have friends like Quincy and Poppy Waters stop by, and the hundreds of people who've been watching over on Bigo tonight, when that happens, we know that love is definitely in the mix. And so I'm grateful for your being here today. And I acknowledge that you are loved and lovable right now. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And may love hold you today, beloveds, in its big, 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 big hands. I'm so grateful that Quincy got information and gems tonight. I'm so grateful that we're holding space for love and goodness and mercy following us all the days of our lives. I'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern in the morning for more affirmations. The affirmations don't change. The people that show up changes, and also the energy of the day changes, because every day we get fresh new mercy. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. So what I speak about in the morning won't necessarily be about what I talked about tonight, but the affirmations will be the same. And remember, we do affirmations to program our subconscious mind into willing good things for us. You can't be speaking in in whispers about your dreams when you've affirmed over yourself in the morning, I am confident. You can't be walking timidly into your purpose. Well, do you think I can do this? Do you think I'm good enough? Do you think I can go for it? Not when you have affirmed, I am confident. And so we program ourselves daily in this way. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to let YouTube and Facebook go first. Y'all be happy, healthy, and free of all suffering, okay?